How don't you know these things by now? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see by the title, this is going to be a get to know me, get ready with me. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, so I have a few here that you guys came up with. I got a few pretty good ones, so we're just gonna do our makeup and we're just gonna chat and get to know each other a little bit more. I'm not gonna be really just going in detail describing everything. I already have a designated makeup tutorial that I'll also link down in the description that you guys can see, where I'm just talking everything about the look that I'm going to be doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. I hope I can like multitask doing this. Let me just get like the basics out the way. My name's Evangelis. I know a lot of people always like, how do you say your name? Like, how do you pronounce it? And all my life, people butchered my name, like butchered it completely. Like when I was younger, I would just like let people like say it however. But as I got older, I was like, no, it's Evangelis. It's really not that hard. But I've been having so many nicknames throughout my life. My main nickname, a lot of people say, are like Evange. I got that one from my friends in high school. And it kind of always stuck. Before that, people would just call me Evangie, Evie, E, like literally anything you could just think of. So yeah, my name's Evangelis. My father named me around the time I was born in '94. So the model Linda Evangelista, she was like at her prime. So my father named me after the model. I'm really grateful for my name. It has a lot of meanings. And you don't come across many Evangelises, I feel like, in your life. I am 29 years old. I'll be turning 30 in June. I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. I'm mostly Puerto Rican because my father, he's 50-50, so he's Puerto Rican, Dominican, then my mom's like 100% Puerto Rican, and I grew up mainly around like my Puerto Rican side of the family, so I mainly identify with Puerto Rican. Dominican, you know, it's like 25%, and it's just like that 25%, you know, it be in there sometimes, it comes out. But yeah, I don't really like say so much of that I'm Dominican, just because I feel like it's such a small percentage, and like people are gonna be like, well, you know, you guys know that Puerto Rican versus Dominican thing going on. So yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican. Honestly, best of both worlds. So okay, so that kind of goes into it because someone was like, how old I am, what is my zodiac sign. I'm a child of God. I really don't believe in that stuff, the astrology. Don't get me wrong, I used to be heavy into that. I used to always look up my zodiac sign. I used to rep Gemini gang, like, you know what I mean, like as if it was something. And then the closer I've gotten to God and in my faith, I just realized how much that, you know, people place so much belief into that, and it's really nothing. Like, if I move from someone said if I were to move from New York City, oh yeah, because I'm from New York City, if you guys don't know, mainly Manhattan, I lived all my life. Spanish Harlem, Upper West Side, from uptown, downtown, you know, I've been mainly in Manhattan. I never lived in really any other borough. So somebody asked me if I were to move out of New York City, like where would I move? And this is such a big conversation between me and my fiance, because we are literally tired of New York. For me, I am like honestly really tired of New York. And if you are from New York, or if you've been hearing what's going on in New York City, like there's just a lot of like hot mess going on, like down from our mayor, down from like the crimes, down from like the migrants, down from like housing, literally everything, you know what I mean? Like it's just very tiresome. And being that I've been here kind of like all my life, another fun fact, I think I said it in another vlog, but I was born in North Carolina. My father was in the Marines over there, so I was born in the Marine base, and then I came here when I was like 2 years old. So from 2 years old on, I've always been in New York all my life. Never moved anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? I did school here. I did honestly everything here. So I'm honestly really tired of New York. I'm a mom now, so I kind of like look at it differently when it comes to terms of like moving. Like if I want to move somewhere, I have to move somewhere that has I I like their school systems. I feel like it's a lifestyle where I can raise Abel. It's really difficult to make those choices because that really is a big part of how we turn out to be as adults. You know, your environment, the school you go to, like the neighborhood, the friends, like all that really much plays into a role. So I'm used to like New York school systems, kids from New York, just New York lifestyle, just, you know, like transportation, all that stuff really plays a role into why I am the way I am. You know, I used to be such a commuter girl. I used to commute everywhere. So for me to move to somewhere that's more suburban would definitely be like a culture shock. But I feel like at this age, I am so ready for it. I want to kind of transition my life into that suburban, quiet, soft girl life. I just feel like I'm ready for it. And I feel like I just want to give Abel that, you know, as much as I'm used to the chaos of New York City, the hustle, the fast pace, I have a hard time thinking, where can I go? I tell Giovanni, where can we go that can give us some sense of New York City? And it's really difficult. You know, I always say, what about Florida? I feel like I would really enjoy Miami. We speak about Miami a lot, but when I think about it, Florida school systems is just kind of like, like we thought about Texas, like what if we go to Texas? All that stuff about abortion was going on over there. Just thinking about like the dynamic of like small towns and small minded people versus like being in New York. It's really hard because it's nowhere, no other place is gonna fulfill me the way New York does. And I know it's because I'm just so used to a chaotic environment. Like anywhere I go down to, like I'm gonna see more than 50 people just on this block. I'm not used to seeing such a quiet neighborhood where I'm the only one walking down a strip. You know what I mean? Like it's just I feel comfortable knowing that there's a bunch of people outside, and I think it's such a battle. But if I was to move to another state, probably like Florida. As much as I hate like Miami, Giovanni lived in Miami for a little bit, and when I would visit him, like we had such a fun time, me and him. And you know, I honestly feel like I can adapt to the lifestyle of Miami. Like honestly, like who wouldn't? It's such a nice sunny place. Even though you have a lot of hurricanes and you got to take that into account, but I feel like maybe later down the line we can do that move, which I think kind of goes into another question. Someone asked if I would want more kids, and absolutely, I would love to have more children. I would definitely want to give Abel, you know, a sibling because I grew up the only child until I was like 10 years old. When my mom had Marlon, I was already in 8th grade going into high school. That big age gap is like what, 13 years apart or something like that. And my mind and in Marlon's mind, like it still feels like we're the only child. You know what I mean? Because like it's such a big age gap. It was such like baby brother vibes, and like or like I'm the second mom vibes. You know what I mean? Because I would take care of Marlon. I would pick him up. I was like so much more older than him. It wasn't more like of us hanging out or stuff like that. Hopefully, maybe when he's older, you know, it could be like, oh, I'm hanging out with my older sister. We could like go places that are like, you know, but he's right now gonna be 16. So, and I'm gonna turn 30. So it's really much of a big gap. But so when I think about it, I grew up as an only child, and there were many times that I wish I had a sibling, or when I would see people that have a sibling and have that sister, like I would love to have a sister. You get many different mixed reviews. Some people are like, it's not what it seems, or people are just like, I cannot imagine life without my sister. Like, I wish I had a close sister. Like, I wouldn't care to have any other friends ever. You know what I mean? Like, just to have that support. So I definitely want Abel to have another sibling and share life with and memories with. I definitely want more kids in the future. How many max 3. You know what I mean? And how many years apart? I feel like I will want them no more than like maybe in 3 years. I want Abel to be like, you know, I want to give him, me and Giovanni want to give Abel like his time, like his attention. And, you know, we're first time parents, so we just want to enjoy this and get to know Abel, get to know each other, you know, accomplish more goals before we expand our family. So, yes, I definitely would want more kids in the future. Now that I'm a mom, like I just love this mom life. You know what I mean? Like I love being a stay-at-home mom. I love being with my son. I love, you know, waking up and just, you know, attending to the crib. Even though some days it gets really like repetitive, I just honestly wouldn't be anywhere else. And I think this ties into another question. Somebody said, do you have another job besides content creation? And when did you start monetizing? I don't have another job. Before I became a mom, I was in the derm plastic surgery field, and then I became a mom, and now I full-time with my baby boy. We just don't have like a designated person to watch Abel, and we both don't feel comfortable putting him in daycare. And you know, my heart goes out to moms who have no other choice to put their child in daycare. It's really hard for moms to find someone because a lot of these daycares, you see so many stories about, you know, what happens to the kids. So I'm just so grateful that I get to be home with Abel. So no, I don't have another job. Content creating right now, I'm just doing it because I have more time. I always used to do little content creation projects like here and there when I was working, and I never really took it serious. And I feel like now that it's not even that I have the time, because I have a 24/7 job now. I just feel like it helps me have something for myself, because when I'm with Abel all the time, 24/7, like my job doesn't clock out with him. Like I wake up with him, go to sleep with him. Anything I want to do, I have to take him, unless, you know, I literally work around it. I only have my mom, or like if I go somewhere and I do something, like me and Giovanni kind of do stuff separate, because I'll stay home if he wants to do something, or he'll stay with Abel if I want to go out and do something. It gives me something that I can have that's for myself, and I learned that it's really important to keep stuff for yourself. You know what I mean? Like you have to keep your identity, and it's really difficult to find yourself and who you are and feel like yourself again after having a baby. Like, don't get me wrong, it's so hard, and I don't feel like I'm fully there yet. Some days are better than others. Some days I'm like exhausted because I don't feel like I gave myself enough attention. But I felt like content creation gives me that sense where this is mine, and this is something that I genuinely enjoy doing. And now that I've been giving it more of my time than I had in the past, like I'm actually finding more of a passion for it right now. Yeah, honestly, Abel gave me a newfound like motivation to start doing this. And you know, because of his arrival, I've been taking it more serious, and I've been giving myself a dedicated time to content creating. I include my son in my content, but I don't want my content solely to be just with my son. I do want to have this where I have my own identity in content creation. Like the channel is like Dose of E. It's really like, you know, I wanted this channel to be about my opinion, my interests, my outlook on fashion. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's still about me, and mommyhood is my new title, so of course I'm going to include that. But finding time to do content with Abel, it is hard. I just have to work around it. I have to plan my days. Planning, I think, is really, really a big key factor when you want to create content and you have, you know, a baby. I edit my YouTube videos. I do them when everyone is sleeping. So sometimes I can stay up till like 3 a.m. I'm up at 4 a.m. because that's the only time I have no one bothering me, and I can focus on my craft and perfect it, and just, you know, zone out and get focused into creating my vlogs and just editing or just editing my pictures. I have to work around Abel's naps, or I have to work around like if Giovanni goes out and I'm just like, please give me a break, take Abel. So anytime that I do get to be by myself, but I would say mainly my time is at night. At night when everyone's asleep. So because I have another question, someone said, how do you come up with your topics for YouTube and it's at night? I feel like as much as I'm so tired throughout the day, you would think I'll go to sleep when everyone goes to sleep, because everyone goes to sleep by like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, everyone's going to bed. I stay up. I'm like on my phone. I'm aimlessly scrolling sometimes. So that's kind of like I said, like when I really get to decompress from my day, be creative, brainstorm. I'm like writing stuff in my notes, like, okay, I could talk about this, or okay, I want to emphasize this, or okay, this is an outfit that I have in mind that I want to recreate and I want to just show. So I really just kind of see what bothers me, what weighs heavy on my mind. You know, I pray to God, and when I pray to God and I see a lot of like of the main topics that I like struggle with, I make note of that, because I'm like, I definitely feel like it's weighing on my heart, and if I'm praying about it to God, I definitely want to share certain things with other women, because I'm like, I know I can't be the only one that's going through something. So that's kind of how I come up with topics. I really just think of stuff that interests me, or that maybe my dilemma, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I can't be the only one. So I really use this platform, like YouTube. I'm so happy I came onto this platform because I can be more detailed. Like Instagram, you guys really see just a glimpse and like a pretty picture that is edited, you know what I mean? That is posed, that it is very strategic. But YouTube, you know, you get to see more. You have to like be honest. You have to talk about something. It's not just a quick flick and go. You know what I mean? Like there has to be substance to things, and that's why I feel like YouTube I have so much fun with. It's a cool job, because imagine how boring it is to just be in your own head, to have your own views. Like you get to chat with other people, and people give you feedback, and people give you their outlook and their perception on things. I think it's really cool, and you know, like that's why I'm just honestly so happy that now that I want to take content creation so serious, I get to build more of a community. Before Instagram, it was just a picture. You like it and you go. But like YouTube, I'm really building this community with you guys, and it's really fun, and you guys are really seeing more to me than just like a nice outfit, or just like a nice aesthetic story that I post that's there for 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like there's so much more, and there's so much things that I want to, like so many other topics, so many other things I want to go over with you guys, and like share it with the world, just because I know like there's just more to life than just like aesthetics and pleasing things, and just so much more. Since we're on the topic of content creation, somebody said, who takes your pics? What camera do you use? I love your YouTube channel. Love your YouTube channel. Thank you so much. So who takes my pics? I only have, it's either my mom, my fiance Giovanni, or my brother Marlon. Those are the only three people I trust with taking my pics, because I had trained them. You guys, when I mean train, meaning I have barked on them. I've yelled at them like, what is wrong with you? Give me this. You're supposed to be right here, not right here. Like, what are you doing? It's been many years of that now they just get it. They just get it. Like, it's not all the time where you have people that take good pictures of you. Like, I don't know why is it so hard for people to take like a good photo. Like, sometimes I'm just like, are you like, it's 2024. How don't you know how to take a nice photo with the angle, and like, and if you're looking at it, tell me my hair's standing up. Tell me to tuck it in. Tell me to tuck, you know what I mean? Like, how don't you know these things by now? We're in 2024. But those are the only three people that take my photos, and the only people I would trust. Sometimes like I would like go, I'm like, hey, look, I'll put the phone where I need it, just so they know the base. And then once I get over there, that's when they'll start to know. You know what I mean? And sometimes my mom be slacking, because she blames it all like, you know, but no way, no. And my mom blames it because she blames it on her eyesight. I'm like, girl, you see, it's right here. put it here. You know what I mean? Like it and Giovanni too, because I said you are not about to be my man for life and not know how to take my pictures. Ladies, train your men or train your partner, train whoever it is that is your partner, train them. Because if they're gonna be with you all the time, they have to know your angles and they have to know how to capture these moments. Like, even with Abel, I'm like, when you see me and Abel have a cute moment, take a picture. Because mind you, I take all these cute pictures of him and Abel. I'm like, I'm not about to have no memories with my son. All I have, honestly, with Abel are like a bunch of selfies. Like, no, I don't want that. Like, if you see us having a cute moment and you see me in cute mommy mode, like, take the picture. So yeah, like, train your partners, because those are gonna be the number one people that take your pictures. And if you have a friend that don't want to take your pictures, or anytime you ask them to take a picture and they like just struggling, or they just like, you better keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, because it ain't nothing to it. Cause me, you want to take a picture, get in America's Next Top Model mode. I am about to be like, yes, this is, no, put the hair down. No, this in it. I go in, I give you, because you're going to get that picture. There is nothing more important than a picture, because I take pictures really seriously, because you guys, those are our memories. Those are our memories. That's what we look back on. That's how you just kind of like feel good about yourself. Like, when you see a good looking picture about yourself, you're just like, yes. Yes, and if you don't take pictures of yourself, get in it, because that's I believe that's a big way to make yourself feel better about yourself. Like, when you have good looking pictures of yourself in your phone, or just like building your confidence. Like, some people I notice don't really have the experience of like taking a picture. Practice in the mirror. I practice in the mirror, girl. I would be like over the shoulder. I learned what works for me. I learned my body type. I don't have a fat ass, so I learned to pose from the front, do the leg and the. If you see all my pictures, my legs are like this, because it accentuates. I look good from the front. You know what I mean? I don't have the side. I can't stand like that, because it's given straight back. So, I know what to do to give it a little illusion. Learn your body. You know what I mean? And then once you learn your body, you're going to have to train your photographer. You know what I mean? You got to let them know, babe, slightly bring the phone down, because that's going to help me give the illusion. Once you got to talk them through it. It's a skill, you guys. It's really a skill. Another part of the question was, what camera do you use? So I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I use that. And then I'll put all the settings in like 4K. And then for like vlogging and YouTube, I have the Sony Zeus. You guys, I honestly don't know, but I'm going to link it. I have it linked down always in my description, what camera I use. I do want to eventually look into like a better, not a better, but like a sit down camera, just because like this one is really frustrating because it overheats. But I'll link down the camera that I have, because I honestly don't know, but I know it's like a Sony. It's the white one. It's honestly the typical vlogger camera that everyone has. Since we're in the realm of like content creation, like somebody was like, would you do a mommy meetup? I would love to do a mommy meetup, but like for me, I need to have the budget for it, because I'm not about to just do like no regular mommy meetup. You know what I mean? I want it to be like, you're gonna have some goodies, we're gonna do some fun stuff. Definitely in the future, I would love to do a mommy meetup. Somebody asked, how do you find motivation to get dolled up as a new mom? You guys, I struggle with that, because there's days where Abel is nice, he's fed, I put him in his fresh, cute pajamas, and I still haven't even brushed my teeth. I probably wouldn't even brush my teeth till like 1 in the afternoon. Or I forget to even do my face routine, wash my face, even feed myself sometimes, you guys. It's really hard. I did see a mom that I follow, like she put a checklist. She was like, my goals are like past 11 p.m. to change out of my pajamas. And I really like that, because there's times where I stay in my pajamas, my baggy t-shirt, like all day. And that really has an effect on your mood, because when you look disheveled and when you look, oh my God, it cracked. I'm so upset. When you look disheveled and when you don't look nice, it really does affect your mood. And when I notice like the times where I just throw on a matching legging set, I do feel a little bit put together. I do feel a little, you know, better about myself. When I have my hair, if it's dirty, at least sleek it in a bun, sleek it in a nice ponytail. Or, you know, if I did a nice fresh blowout, let it hang out. You know what I mean? Because I'm just so quick to put it in a claw clip or like put it out. It's really hard, girl. I'm not gonna tell you. Like, the motivation is just, okay, Evangelis, you want to feel good today? Put some effort into yourself. Put some effort into yourself, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes the day go good. It makes the day better. I feel better. It's just crazy. Like, when you look good, you feel good. Believe it. It's such like, I don't know if it's like a mental dopamine neurology type of thing. Like, I don't know, but it's hard. But the motivation, some days are better than others, but some days it's like, it has to do with when you find that percentage, right? When you designate the attention. Okay, I gave Abel enough attention today. Let me just do something for me. Let me just quickly wash my face. Let me just quickly brush my hair. Let me just quickly throw on a nice legging matching workout set just to be in the house, just to feel cute. That's kind of what I use. I kind of tell myself, if you want to feel good today, if you want to show up and be a great mom for your son, do something for yourself and pour a little bit of attention into yourself. So that's kind of like what I do to help me find the motivation. Someone said, where do I shop? You guys, I don't complicate it. Like, I'm not that girl that is gonna spend like, at least on clothes, you know. And it's very controversial because a lot of people are like bashing people who like fast fashion, who shop in these like cheap clothing places. But let's be real, in this economy, I'm not about to be paying like $80 for like a t-shirt and like $200 on a pair of jeans. Like, if I can go in H&M or Old Navy and find a nice pair, like, I'm gonna do that. Like, I shop in Shein. I bought Shein clothes that I really love, that I use a lot, like their basics. So let me just say, I do Shein, I do H&M, I do Zara. I recently been going into Old Navy. Say what you want, but Old Navy, since I've been getting clothes for Abel and Old Navy has the best deals, and they've been stepping their game up so much. There's been so much cute things for women in Old Navy that you could find. I actually have an order from Old Navy coming in. I can't wait to see. I just bought like a simple top, and I'm really looking forward to see how their jeans fit. Shein, honestly, Shein, it speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna find what you need to find. You're gonna find like good vacation fits. I like Shein for like vacation when I have to do like a mass order. Pretty Little Thing, I love Pretty Little Thing. They have so many like cute clothes. But yeah, like the basic place. Like, the thing is, for me, especially now, I have a child. Like, I have a son. Bills need to be paid. I can't be splurging on like these one pieces that, like, before, when it was just me myself that I had to clothe. Like, no, there's a lot of things we have to take into account. And regardless of what anyone says, for me, it's not what you're wearing, it's how you wear it. I never really cared for major name brand clothes that are like with logos and stuff like that. Like, for me, I really care about a good shoe and a good bag. Like, that I don't mind like justifying a high price for, because, you know, that is what you're paying for. But like designer clothes and things like that, like, I never cared for it. Maybe if I had like extra money to throw on it, but like, obviously, you guys, like, for what? There's really nothing crazy to the places I shop. It's really the most basic places. It's just honestly the pieces that you pick. Boohoo, I like Boohoo, and I like Naked. And I honestly saw the other day, Forever 21 has stepped their game up. They have like a lot of cute outfits. So yeah, you guys, it's nothing really major to it. Just the major basic brand shops that you've seen. So someone asked what cosmetic procedures I've had done. So where am I up to my makeup? I like forgot. Okay, blush. So I got 2 rounds of lip filler, and I got chin filler and under eye filler. When did I get that done? So that was a little while ago. I'm sure like it definitely vanished. It like definitely wore off. But the lips, I must say, like, it really stood a good shape. I honestly want to look into getting some Botox done, but the thing is like Abel still breastfeeds, so I can't do it. Maybe by like next year I can do Botox, because hopefully Abel is not still wanting to drink from the boob. So you can't get Botox if you're like breastfeeding. Um, and I feel like I would definitely want to do like half a syringe on my lips, just because I feel like they were not as plump as when I first got them. But yeah, I don't regret any of my procedures. I definitely, if you guys seen me, like if you followed me for a while, like you would remember I had literally no top lip. So I don't care what anyone said, I was gonna get my lips done. Like no shot in hell. Um, that's how I know Giovanni loves me, because he talking to me when I had no lips. Okay, like nothing. So I think that brings it to another question. Somebody asked, how did you and your fiance meet? Which is so funny. Like, I met him when I was in college, but when I was a freshman in college, he just graduated. I have found him on Instagram, and when I found him on Instagram, he had a girlfriend. So he had all these pictures with him and his girl on Instagram. I was like, damn, he's so cute. But all right, I have to forget about him. Out of sight, out of mind. I had to forget about him. So I just lived my life. I was single once, and then I was just like, whatever, we'll forget about it. And then one day, I was literally going to a rave. This is when I used to rave heavy. I was going to Webster Hall with my cousins. We were going to go to a rave. I was getting ready in my room, and I got a DM. And it was Giovanni. And I was like, wait, hold on. And then I went to his page. All the pictures with his girlfriend are gone. So you already know, when the pictures are gone, it's up. It's up and it's stuck. So he wrote me then. And then from then, I was just like, okay, he was like, you want to go out to eat? I'm like, yeah, of course. On the day, you guys, I knew everything about this guy. I like stalked his life. I knew his friends. I knew his lingo. I knew everything. And he's just talking. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, that matches, because I already been stalking him. So we were good. And then we like been on and off all our life. Like after that, we would like stop talking. I got into a relationship. He was like going off. I knew I knew the girls he would talk to and he would mess with. And then we'll meet up, be like, hey, how you doing? What's up? How's this? How's that? We'll probably like talk for a month or something, and like go about our ways, link up again. How are you doing? How's that? Like, we did that for a good like 3 times. So like that's the thing, like we lived life, and like we kept coming back to like home base. Like, how are you doing? How is that? Like, we spoke about like the people we would date, the situations that we've been into. Like, we were always so honest with each other, and that's like one thing I always knew. Like, I was like, I never was able to feel like myself truly how I felt when I was with Giovanni. Like, that's how I knew, like, you're truly like my best friend, like my ugly goofy self. Because if you truly know me, you know I'm like super goofy, super animated. I was not really able to be that person with other people. So that's how I just knew, like, you my road dog. So the final time we did that, I was honestly like, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Because I'm not doing this with you. I'm not finna like be hooking up. Let me get the blush. I told him, I was like, we're not finna be like hooking up and just like going about our time. Like, we're getting older. Like, what is it giving? And so we're like, okay, let's be serious. So we became serious like about, oh my god, this cracked too. All my makeup fell and it cracked. So we became serious. We moved in with each other. We moved into each other. So it wasn't really like it was a stranger. It was just like the moving in together. We that's what really put our relationship to the test, because I had met his mom before. He has met my mom before. So it was just like, now we're just on an adult level. And yeah, I really love her story, because it was definitely levels, and it was definitely such a history to it. And we, you know, from the beginning, and just looking at where it started now, and now we have a kid together. Now we're like engaged, and like, it's so, I love it. I love him. I'm so grateful for him. I'm so thankful for him. I thank God for him because, you know, we truly been through many phases in life together, and I honestly can't imagine it with anyone else. I'm just so happy he's in my life. I love you, babe. Sometimes he watches my videos. Sometimes. I feel like that kind of goes into this because someone asked, how do you feel daddy issues impacted your dating life? Have your relationship with your father gotten better? Whew. Anything like with my father is like a touchy subject, but I can tell you, like, because of daddy issues, it definitely made me entertain situations and dating certain people I had no business dating, or just like not knowing my worth and like staying in situations longer than I should have. Like when guys like showed me true colors, I should have had been out. I overstood my stay in certain situations where I shouldn't have, and like it definitely made me insecure because I feel like honestly I was searching for the wrong things in the wrong people because I didn't really have that father figure. But in my relationship with Giovanni, it definitely showed because I was definitely insecure for certain things. And like when I went to therapy at the time, she correlated the abandonment from my father and how I would react to Giovanni, like being over jealous or like being, you know, always thinking about is someone cheating on me and things like that. So definitely seeing, because I always saw my dad, you know, cheating on women or having multiple women or just like choosing to be with other women instead of like choosing to have time with me. So that definitely impacted my outlook on, you know, dating. And they asked, have your relationship with their father gotten better? I wouldn't say it gotten better, but I feel like it's just a standstill. We're not any closer. We're not any more distance. We still never had like the full on talk. Like my father is someone who doesn't really, it's so weird. Like our relationship is very like superficial. It's not like, you know, deep at all how it is with my mom. Like I can go months without speaking to him and it won't bother either one of us. You know what I mean? At least, you know, I don't know. But yeah, our relationship is still stagnant. It's a flat line. It's not, you know. But we move, you know. I learned to forgive and I learned to not let it have such a major impact on me emotionally and mentally how I used to before. Like I learned that through God, honestly. I feel like this could tie into the next question because somebody asked, like, do you miss anyone that was in your life? Some of some of y'all got deep. It was not from like, it was from like a burner account, but like you know, it's not like an official person account, but whatever. A question's a question. I can't say I miss because I don't know, because whoever's meant to be in your life, you guys, is meant to be in your life. Like God sends people in your life for a reason. You know what I mean? It's either for a lesson or it's either for, you know, for life. I've had like romantically, I know that anyone that it didn't work out, like it simply didn't work out, like, and that's okay. But like friends wise, I've had a few friendships that like I'm not cool with people anymore, and a lot of them did take me by surprise because, you know, you go through life thinking like for your major events, like when you get a kid, when you have a kid, when you get married, like there's gonna be certain people in your life, but when it isn't, you're just like, oh wow, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have, like I said, any animosity towards people. It's just like probably they didn't serve me at the time. I will say though, like there was one friend that I consider literally to be like a sister, and like I never felt that way about any other friends ever again. But I think I overplayed my title. Like in my world, in my mind, I felt like she was like a sister to me. but maybe in her world, that's not how she viewed me. And when I realized like how we were acting, like our dynamic, it wasn't 50-50. It wasn't 50-50, because a friendship is like your romantic relationships. You know, you have to put effort, you have to put care, you have to put time and dedication to it. So when I really realized like, oh, it's really not like equal. You know what I mean? Like, and that was hurtful because I really did like love her. I confided in her. Like I felt like truly like myself. Like I was able to be myself. We were able to have so many funs and laughs. Like we did so much together. But once I realized like it wasn't, whatchamacallit, like it wasn't reciprocated, that's when I knew like I had to like, okay, it hurt, because when you realize that, like when you stop doing everything that you're doing and you kind of realize like that is the reason why the friendship maybe was what it was, because you were kind of doing all the work. It's hurtful. um it is hurtful. Yeah, it's hurtful. You know, I wish her well. Like I said, no bad blood in my heart to anybody that's been in my life that we were friends. Like I wish everyone well, you know, but I can say like I did miss her, and it was hard. Like I don't think people talk about like friend breakups that much. Um but it is hard to get over like a friendship, because I can't say I like had that type of friendship ever again, and I still don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't have someone that I confide in them the same way I confided in her. And you know, honestly, like I felt this, but you know what the tip of the iceberg was for me when I was like, oh, okay. I had her like in my phone, like her contact, like I had a picture, I had an emoji, you know, because it's sis. One day I look over her shoulder, like in her phone, and I saw how she had me saved, like no picture, no emoji. She had like other girls in her phone, like with emojis and stuff. I was like, oh, Evangelis, you overplaying your role and you need to stay in your lane, because that's when I really know, you guys. It really be those things, because people know what they like. Yeah, like people just know. So when I felt that, I was just like, damn, girl. Damn, but you know what? Like, sometimes it hurts. Like, sometimes you ask God, like, please show me, like, who's not supposed to be in my life and stuff like that. And sometimes it be the people that you don't expect it to be. So, you know, it was really hurtful, because I did have to mourn a lot of friendships in my life. And I don't feel like a lot of people ever really, like, fought for any of our friendships. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And, like, I don't know if it is, like, me. Like, I don't have many friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I used to be someone that had so many friends, a good amount of friends, to someone who kind of doesn't have any friends. And, you know, I look at myself and I'm like, because, girl, what is the common denominator? Are you the fucking problem? Excuse my language. And, you know, maybe there is flaws in me. I wish I would have voiced how I felt more. Maybe that could have saved friendships, but I feel like people are adults, and I do know like uncomfortable conversations have to be had in order to grow. Like it can't, all these conversations can't be just a good time and like sweet and things like that. And that's kind of like also when I realized like, are my friendships like superficial, or are they deep? Are they like, you know what I mean? And I also knew it was probably because like I also have to set the tone. I also have to be the person that like speaks on like certain deep situations. But I guess I just didn't know how to, or it just didn't play how it was supposed to play out. You know what I mean? But like I always say, like you're not growing if you're not losing friends, because it's really hard to stay friends with a lot of the same people. That means, you know. But I'm so open to meeting new friends, like making new connections, because life is so grand and life is so big. Like there's so many people that you can meet in this lifetime, you know. And now that I'm a mom, I definitely like look at friendships a little bit differently, because looking at other moms and like seeing it is difficult for moms, you know, because our lives are dedicated to our kids and it's really hard to have time to ourselves. But, you know, I pray on it. I know God is going to send me a wonderful, amazing woman in my life. I think I did pretty good with answering questions. I still have some left over, but maybe that can be like for a chat, like a designated chat. But I think I'll finish it off with this one. Someone asked, how are you feeling doing postpartum? I love your content, by the way. Thank you, my love. How am I feeling? I think some days it's still not real that I'm a mom. You know what I mean? Like, I still can't believe I'm a mom to a human. Can you have imposter syndrome on being like a mom? Because I still can't believe it. But I think I'm doing better. Like, I've gained confidence. Before, in the beginning, you know, the anxiety and all that. I think for me, I'm really focusing now on finding me again. Find, like, there's a new version of me and I have to learn to love her. I have to learn to accept her, like accepting my new body, accepting my new life, accepting my new schedule, my new lifestyle, my new routine. It's all about that. And I think I have mourned the old girl that I used to be. My freedom, just even like the relationship with my fiance, like how that used to be. There's times I catch myself like, wow, I haven't even hugged him because we're just like so busy and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's things like, I don't even know how to answer this because it's like when you think about it and you take a step back, like, how do you really feel? I haven't tried this one. It's like a Lancome one, Juicy Tubes. It's in the color Spring. So let's see what this is giving. It's kind of hard to answer this, you guys, because I don't know. I thank God I didn't go through, like, it's a little too dark. I thank God I didn't go through, like, any postpartum, any, like, you know, any depression like that. But I think it was because I kept my spirituality and I prayed to God so much. And then I had a supportive partner. My mom was very helpful. I had support if I needed support. I trust myself. I trust my ability. I trust my mother instinct. I trust God, most importantly. So I think I feel really good and I give all the glory to God because without him, I think trying to rely on myself to get better, trying to rely on my own understanding, like I would have set myself up for failure. But I think I prayed through it. And honestly, now that I think about it, like, yeah, like I got to where I am now because I made sure to include God. I made sure to rely on him and ask him to give me the strength and the guidance and the wisdom. I pray to be the greatest vessel because I am a vessel to my son. I want Abel to fulfill his God-given purpose, and I ask God to help me do that. So I think that's why I feel okay. Like some days are better than others. I'm not gonna lie to you because there's days that all I'm doing 24/7 is being a mom, and I haven't had a chance to be to myself. I haven't had a chance to shower. Like I told you guys earlier, like there's times where I wouldn't like brush my hair, brush my teeth, or I'm just in pajamas all day. So it gets to me where I'm just like, oh, I haven't had a moment to myself and I'm losing it. I think it all is a part of the plot. It's all a part of the journey. I know I'm doing God's holy work by being a mother, by taking care of Abel. But I'm good. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for asking and thank you so much for making me even kind of have a reality check like, girl, are you good? Like, you know what I mean? So it kind of shows that I need to like pay attention to myself a little bit more, I think. Because yeah, I really didn't know how to answer that because I am good. I am doing okay postpartum. I did have a C-section, so my scar, it kind of frustrates me sometimes because it hasn't flattened. It's still kind of dark. I haven't worked out. I haven't had the time to work out how I used to work out. I used to be very active and I used to love, you know, moving my body, but I just don't have the time because I'm designating my time to editing or taking a nap or having to clean the house or just even to Abel. So I don't have the free time to really, work out how I used to. So sometimes that frustrates me, and that's where it comes into like accepting my new body. I definitely want to make it a goal to prioritize more working out and putting more time into my physical health. Ultimately, I love where I'm at. I love where I'm at. I'm being patient with myself. I'm giving myself grace, and I'm trusting in God's timing overall. You know what I mean? Like when I don't feel my best or when I feel like frustrated, I just know these are the most important days where I have to stay patient and stay the course because God has a bigger plan. I have to trust in God's plan. I have to trust that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. So just knowing that keeps me going. I think I did pretty good with answering all the questions. They were really good questions. They got your girl thinking. They got your girl babbling. So thank you. This is definitely not going to be the last of these type of videos. So I want to thank you guys for watching and sticking through getting to know me a little bit more. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in with this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. God bless. Mwah.